Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Tom Mizzle. Welcome to my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm here doing I believe it's a mid-season finale of season 4 Greenleaf. Alright, so right now it's gonna be after tonight episode, after this review, it will be a break until they come back on. It says season finale, but I think it's a mid-season because it's a lot of stuff that needs to be answered that was left us hanging a little bit. But some stores was closed and some was opening, so we will see it. Now, how I'm gonna do this review is not gonna be so much about scene by scene like I usually do, or story by story. I'll just go over each break down the overall storyline and just have a discussion about that. So it's almost like gonna be a chat, then more of a review, and per se. All right, so we all know that. No, let me start with Sophia because she was the shortest one. Sophia is still hot so heavy with Dante. We see her kissing him and all that stuff, and he asking her to go back to his place. She will not want to do that because she said she's in town for a brother. The brother came and crashed the whole thing, caused Grace to freaking remove herself as head of pastor. So after that she went to lay down to his house. They was kissing and everything, and he said, "You want to go to my room?" She said, "I never did this before." He said, "I take as slow as much you want, and we don't have to do this." And she said, "I want to," and he said, "You can stop anytime you want to stop. It's go what you want." And she was happy and that's ready to go. So I don't know, she probably gave it up. And it looked like she did because when she walked in over the Hot Pocket house, she looked like she had a hard time walking. So I don't know. I said, "Ooh, he must have his packing or something like that." But Zorda Hot Pocket is still pissed off with Sophia because she was Dante, the man that Zorda Hot Pocket won, and the one that Nikki got broken up for. Nikki ex-boyfriend. So I was like, okay. But that's it with Sophia. But the only thing about Sophia, I think that she just changed. She is like she was before. I think everything remember she was that goody two shoe girls for all this year season until she had that medical scare. That medical scare just changed her whole life around. As usually that happens, like when you was doing everything you liked by the book, and you doing what your parents say, you go to church, you read and read, and then something drastic happens to you, then you start blaming God. It's like, why this happened to me? I did everything you did for me, and all stuff like that. If God was so perfect, why he did this? It's like, so it's happened to Sophia. So she did it. She stopped going to church as much. She not been doing that Bible studies and going teaching the kids like much and everything. So she's not around. So her image is starting to change as the goody two shoe girls that we saw into the one that is made. I don't want to say she turned bad girl, but she is pushed into the envelope that she don't really care as much as to uphold that glorified good persona that she was doing. So her emotions up and down. Like she has never set a moral. She blames people for what it is and all that stuff. So Sophia is different, and the fact that she fell down the hills, heads over here with Dante, and the fact that she didn't give her cookies to the freaking other boyfriend she was dealing with, Orlando, since they had the two different paths. Now she was willing to give it up to Dante. Like I was like, wow. So she's really want to do something. It should have changed for Sophia. So that was that Sophia. She ain't had much in this episode, so leave with that. Then we go with Annoyance next. I'm gonna say Charity after Annoyance. So Annoyance, aka Clarissa. So she was going out to get some information, going out to the doctor. She said she had to go to the clinic and stuff like that, but it was amazing for her. So she was hoping, and praying that the test was negative. Test was negative. I said, "You go to the test was negative?" I said, "What?" Girl, she was hoping to get tested negative. The doctor came and when Blunt was said, she said, "Well, you got tested positive for chlamydia." I said, "Oh, girl, you had sex twice with this guy and got caught chlamydia and STD from him when y'all was not using protection and nothing like that." I don't know. You was busting wide open, like you were so freaking open for this guy because you were so vulnerable. Because you not vulnerable. I think she was so much that she let her blindest tunnel vision of getting a house and getting out the Greenleaf's house to get her own house, get the money cloud of her judgment, on top of her feeling that Jacob don't want to leave, and he's not doing what he needs to do, and he loses his job on losing his job or stuff like that. So Clarissa was doing too much. She was being greedy and stuff like that. So she wanted this, and she was ungrateful. So that the fact that Carmen bite her behind and now gave her STDs, so she's in the bed. Jacob want to have sex and stuff like that. You know, like horny and stuff like that, and it's sex. A good looking man, you don't want to do nothing with him. But now the doctor told her that she can't have sex with 10 days. So I was like, okay, so you got chlamydia for Fernando and everything. Now you want to read the Holy Bible because you all this like that. I said, you better be bad. You was bad. So she eventually told Jacob this. Jacob, and he got pissed. Which I understand. He got pissed because not only that she cheated, the also possibility that she would gave him an STD was chlamydia. So now he got to get himself checked out. Because she said she didn't want to have sex with him because she said she was on a period and not feeling so well. You was not on your period. And maybe you're not feeling so well, so she got to take antibiotics to get it cleared up. Good that chlamydia is curable. So it was like, all right. So Jacob pissed. It was just something bad. He got pissed to the point that he said kick her out. She said, oh, I'm not going anywhere. All that time you cheating on me? Yes. He did cheat on her. Well, we first know that he did cheat on her. And then he kissed Tasha Skanks. Kissed her. He did cheat on her. She stepped him, took him back, settlement and all stuff. And yeah, she cheated with Fernando. The only thing about this cheating with Fernando is you got emotionally involved with him. You knew that he was behind of selling the freaking land, and you still didn't tell your husband that until he had to find out from Grace and everything that the land was sold, and H&H behind it. And so that was that. And now all of a sudden you slept with the guy, and when Jacob asked you, you did not tell the truth. You flipped it on him and got pissed off at him, which I understand. Now, the thing about this is that double standard thing, kind of what people might bring up. Jacob had cheated as a man. So the woman most likely is expected in most societies will take them back. To take them back, forgive them. Men is prone to do it. As they ain't realize so that you gotta be there to uplift them. You take them back, take them back, take it back. As soon as a woman cheated one time, it's over. He's done. He don't want to deal with her like that. So that's what the stuff is standing. So the fact that you expect her to take you back, the fact that you should just say when she cheated one time. But the only thing about it is that he asked you and you cheated and you lied about it, and he never gave you an STD, which is not accomplishment. But the fact that you got an STD and you possibly gave it to your husband and you lied about it of cheating. So it was like, she said, I'm not going anywhere. So after he said, this is us, we done. And he ended the relationship. I said, I ain't going to think he go that far to end the relationship. But I do understand why he'd be upset. But to end the whole relationship after she took you back all the time, so you know that's scoring annoyance. So annoyance called up Fernando. I said, really, the guy who gave you chlamydia, you called him. All right. He said information. The information we found out last week, he called Annoyance. Annoyance went there. He told her that the will that they had is stated is not really in effect. So that didn't go in. So basically that will that was under Mrs. Davis or like that, that didn't happen. Whatever. What happened? It just basically the whole story we heard before about the fire and stuff like that happened that Bishop James was a part of, and I think his name got cleared or something like that. It was involved in that little secret that they buried, involved in that fire thing that happened. And supposedly that will of Mrs. David looked like that the will, she was killed for it. She was killed, and the Greenleaf supposedly took her house. So if that comes to light, and that is true, then that means Bishop could go to jail of something that happened. So the fact that he said you leave it to the children, if it's not in effect and then nothing else after it comes null and void, the current will comes null and void, that means there's no current will right there. So it's like, oh wow. We'll see how this plays out for next, when they come back on, they're going to continue this thing, but it's really crazy. So she gave it to Jacob. She said, oh, the next time you even think about talking to me like that, oh, you don't want your father in jail. I was like, listen, at the end of the day, yes, he blew up at your annoyance, and he got pissed off, which he's having right to be pissed off. But I do understand that you took him back after numerous times he has cheated. So that one time you cheated, it should be a pass to let you stay and maybe forgive you. But you went about it the whole wrong way. You lied about it and you gave him an STD, and then you would get all pissed off, and then you try and get him out, get out the house, know you sleeping with Fernando. He asked you that he know that Fernando is behind as well H&H, and that his whole family is in turmoil, and they don't might not get to church, but all you care about was this house and all that stuff like that. So he gave her, Fernando gave her the will. So he said, "What's the news you want to give me?" She said, "You gave me chlamydia," and it slapped him. I would say, girl, you should have thought about that. You should have protected yourself. You should have protected yourself. And first of all, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. But you wanted to do it. So that was you. So I understand this double standard. I understand Jacob went too far by saying it was over and stuff like that. It's his every right. Because if she kept taking you back when you cheated, you should have at least given her time and taken her back like that. But though really ended the relationship or stuff, but now she got ammunition against you, against your own father. Now you got to be in pins and needles on her. Now she's still gonna be we can't see this. Jacob, your balls are getting crushed every minute with this Clarissa. Now Annoyance got this little information about it looked like your father killed this girl for the house, and now the deed. See, we not having that. We don't have these Greenleaf being criminals now. But we did heard about this story before in the past about the house fire and all that stuff. But I forgot the outcome of that. I think they buried it or they let it go, something like that, or they got somebody to squash that. So we'll see. But it seems like it's resurfacing about the will of the house. Who is the real owner of it? So we'll see. Alright, so that was Annoyance. But I was like, this storyline with this girl. Annoyance getting on my nerve. Annoyance, she's getting on my nerve. That's a Clarissa, y'all. If y'all watch my thing, you want to know who Annoyance is? That's Clarissa. Alright, so next. Let's go with tie-in with Snitch, aka Charity. That's who's the nickname Snitch is Charity. Alright, so Snitch went to see her mother, Lady May. And Lady May bluntly, straightforward, told her the truth, down to the wire, let her know that she basically flat out told her, you making a fool out of yourself by messing with this guy. And he's making a fool out of you because you is a pawn in his whole scheme and game. Because at the end of the day, Phil ultimate goal is to be the head of the church. Whatever the church is going to be, he's going to want to be the head. Now, he was using Snitch as the way to the goal to make her a sociopath because she wants it. Now, so on the line, I think Phil did have feelings for Snitch, but his ambition is stronger than his feelings that he had for her. So, whatever he had to do to get this is exactly what he done. And I'm exactly going to tell you what happened. Now, Snitch was talking to the mother. She said, listen, you meant, she said, you did all this, because she was asked, where this tape, all that stuff coming on the evidence that Psychic supposed to have? Psychic is Phil. Psychic supposed to have. She said, I don't know. She said, so he just magically came out of there. He bugged the house. He had some secret services with info. Listen to our conversation. So what is going on? And she said, I don't know, maybe. I said, you gonna sit here trying to lie to Lady May, who picked game? She said, you gonna sit here trying to lie to me and we know we might lose everything? Don't do that. Don't do that, sis. Don't do that. She said, I just want my life. She said, well, your life is my life. My life is Grace's life. AJ's life is Gigi's. And then Nathan and all that stuff. We all have one life. She basically saying that we all are connected to one life. This whole family is one life. And one person who will break the small damage, a small part of that life, damage everything. So it's like the chain. One weak link, and you damage that weak link to another person, it breaks the chain. So you let Psychic infiltrate your family by using your hatred towards your own sister, snitch, to damage the family. And now you made your sister freaking step down, and now your family gonna lose and everything, all because you want a life of a man who played you and you did not see that. All he need to say, oh, he loves you, he like this, he get this, all that stuff. So that was that. So remember, snitch supposed to be the deciding vote of the church. Remember, since that they knew about the bribe, so it had to be a 60-40 deal. And the fact that Grace stepped down and everything, that they will be even, all that stuff. So they need to have the final vote. And so it's a bylaws that the oldest living Greenleaf family that is employed in the church will be the deciding vote factor. And since snitch is that deciding vote, they want the Misty and somebody else wanted like Lady Mae and Bishop to talk to Snitch and get her to side with them, because if she decide with them, they could still save that thing against the board voting for that little multi-complex thing he trying to do. Now, Stryker on the other hand want Snitch to decide in his favor, so like that, so they could prove this. So that's exactly what happened. So this is that, because Bishop James was gonna talk to Snitch, and she said, no, it's all about this, and this is about that. I was trying to, and so it's Grace. I said, listen, your problem is not with your sister. You have all this hatred to your sister for what you think that your parents was favoring her. Your hatred is not towards them. Your hatred is towards your parents. So stop that. You going at your sister for what? And all she does is love you, and you still going after her. So mind you, that was that. Here go the board meeting. The board meeting happened. It come out in one of two ways. Half say yes, half say no. Psycho came and got Snitch, and he said, "Are you ready?" Because she was getting cold feet. And Bishop James told me, he said, if you decided to go with this, you will regret this. So she felt the cold feet in it. She went in it. It seemed like they voted yes. Got the call James. James about to tell Lady Mae. She said, nope, don't tell me. Right? Lady Mae got the call, and Bob wanted to talk to Lady Mae. I'll get to that in a second. Now, still with the snitch. So after everything said and done, it seemed like the way how this episode set up to show that she voted with Phil. So they're going to get the plan. The church done. Now, the project. They go with the project. When we ride on the lane, they'll make that multi-complex kind of headquarters, the gym and all that stuff. The restaurants, it seemed like it got voted yes. Now, Snitch is in the house with Sidekick. They all kissing up the storm. And he said, you can stay tonight? She said, no, I can't. I'm still old school. I said, oh, okay. He said, I like old school. He talking about everything, playing, put out the ring, proposed to her. And I said the old school went out the window because after she got that ring and put it on her finger, she ready to give up the cooch. She gave it up. She gave the box up real quick. I said that was that easy. You needed that ring to give up your cooch after you said you was old school. So what happened to that old school mentality? You said that you won't be staying in his house like that. You gave it up. You jumped real quick. You didn't even say yes. You jumped up real quick and gave him some. All right. So that was that. That was that. And I'll tell you his decision what Phil did. All right, what Psychic did afterwards. So that was that. Now, Grace, she saw AJ, she gave up that head position. So she saw AJ, took AJ out. He said, I'll be worried about you. He said, y'all be calling my phone. Y'all be blowing my phone and so saying I have to turn myself and all that stuff. He decided he going to turn himself in. He won't do it the next day. He won't do it that day. He will turn himself in because he needs to do that. She said, why? Why are you doing this? Why you want to turn yourself in? He said, it's the right thing to do. Or something to turn myself in. Y'all be blowing on my phone and turn myself in. And he walked away. I was like, oh, not walked away. He stood there. I was like, everybody walking out seeing who this boy is. So, AJ, Aaron, and freaking Grace was talking. He said, he said, why are you turning yourself in? Aaron said, you're going to get 10 years. He said, oh, well, I'm going to take the chances. So like that. He said, why are you doing this? He said, It said you have an addiction. He said, I don't have an addiction. I gotta tell myself in. I go do it tomorrow. You're blowing up. So Aaron said, why you not do it today? If you so in your conviction that you will do it, why you not do it today? I said the same thing. If you really want to go tell yourself in, tell you now. He said, so he told me, great. You really want to turn myself in? He said, I don't want your stuff to go anyway. And he walked out. Grace believed he hiding something. I do believe so now. He is hiding something because the fact that he was so hell bent by running away, and now he came back and said, "Cause they blow him their phone and get the conscience, he got to turn himself in." And now he want to turn himself in. Why you want to turn yourself in all of a sudden now? So he said to holler something. She's not giving up now. Sophia was talking to AJ. He said the same thing. Forget about me. Don't send me no letters. Don't send me no paper, no phone, no nothing. I said, you know what, AJ? Listen, I'm getting done with this. It's either you go turn yourself in or turn yourself in. But Grace did all this to protect you, for you to turn yourself in. At the end of the day, see, Grace, you should have just let him do the decision. At the end of the day, he is grown and he is to be able to make his own decisions. So you cannot collar him and tell him what he can't and cannot do, because you're going to do it. Now, later on, she still talked to him. They was in the park and everything. She said, why are you doing this? Tell me why we could do this. He said, I had to do this. I had to do this. He keeps saying he had to. So I said, I don't know why he needs to have to do this. Like, you begged her to lie for you, and now you got to tell yourself in. So what? And he said, because I said, come on, tell the reason why. He said, something's not meant to be said. Something not meant to be said. Something you can't say why. You can't explain why. I was like, you know, I was rolling my eyes. I said, listen, come on. So she's crying. He rubbing. So that's the most sincere moment I had with him. But at the same time, it's like, you're not giving much. So he walked away. That's the last time we seen him. So I thought. So at the close to the end, right, we see Grace is preaching. I still have more to say. Not preaching. She was praying about her sister Faith tombstone. She's praying to God. She's praying about her family, the inspiration, all that stuff. Here come over this boy. Mind you, a cuter boy. It's like that. Kind of look like, so she walked in. She said, AJ. She said, wait, excuse me? Who's it? You lost? Walking, kept walking, walking. Kind of looked similar to what AJ looked like, with the dreads and the same sweater with the hoodie, with the black pants. I said, hold on, what is going on here? Because I'm confused. I was like, listen, is this the boy who really robbed the store and then AJ is covering for them? What is the connection? Or AJ didn't do it? I don't know. Or what is this boy? AJ was a pasta and this is a real AJ? Because he came and he said, oh, this is Sister Faith. She said, oh, how you know? He said, the Lord said, I made the connection. I said, how you know that was automatic? That's a sister. It could be the freaking daughter. It could be something else. All right. He said, that's connection. She said, okay, cool. And he was talking about things. And he would say some things had an expiration date. Something that AJ said at the park when he would talk to her, he said something had an expiration date. I said, that's kind of similar words. So what is he saying? Something got an expiration date. It's a spy and that stuff. And after all that stuff, she said the gate is over there on the side. You can walk down. He said, oh, thanks. Oh, thank you, Grace. I would say, hold on. I don't think she ever told you her name. Like, how you find out her name is? And he walked away. I said, who is this boy? Like, really, y'all, who is this boy? If y'all saw this episode, y'all have theories, tell me. My theory is that's the real son. And that other AJ was a pasta and covering for this boy. I don't know what is it. Or he was sent here to see how they would react or whatever. And I don't know. And he walked away. And I was like, I don't know. I really don't know. Or he's the real one who robbed the store and the AJ and him got connections and something like that. We'll see by when they come back on, who this boy is. Because Grace was looking and was like, oh. I was like, oh. I was looking too. I was a little confused. But that was that. All right. So Bob is pissed. You know, Bob is very pissed that what happened. He said Grace was supposed to be a part of his plan. And he blamed his daughter for doing that. She said, I didn't do anything. It was not my fault. She said, well, the fact that you say it's not your fault, it is your fault. You were born at the Phoenix. Bye. And he said, what's going on? What's this thing about happening with this? You had something, because he asked Psychic, are you involved in Grace stepping down? You had something involved with this tape on and stuff? He said, I just advised her how illegitimate it will be, that it advised that she will continue on when she got this thing going on. He said, whatever. So that was that. He said he needed the board to vote. So when they had to vote, they voted yes. So he called Lady May, and Lady May to sit there. And he asked Lady May to be his second person in charge with the church, because he wanted to make this thing, the cavalry, turn into HA headquarters. I said, man, you want to make the headquarters to be the staples of all his other churches. So he wanted Lady May to break down the barrier of racism and stuff like that. You know, Lady May little bit of selfishness kicked in because she was like, oh, damn. Because she really want to be part of this church and runs the church so bad. So she said, before we do that, I need to tell you something about psychic. And he said, okay, cool. That she went to talk to James. James said, this is a stupid idea. We can't do this. You're selling yourself or something like that with the bar or stuff that's dumb. She ready to say yes. I said, then what the hell are you talking to your husband for if you ready to say you gave the decision? All right? So that was that. Now, Bob talked to Psychic and he said, oh, I knew you was the one. So I knew you was some craziness when you told me that bullshit story. You was the one that had the had Grace step down. He said, why I do that? He said, I'm so disappointed. He said, well, you did a lot worse. She said, excuse me? He said, what can I do to make this right for you? I was with you for 20 years. I did this and this and that. Because Bob still feel the type of way that he hurt his daughter. It's like that. He said, Psychic hurt his daughter. And that was that. And that's why her marriage just ended with Kim. And all that stuff. And he said, I didn't say, what can I do to make this right? So Bob was like, well, I said, I know what he gonna do. So basically, I was like, okay. So Sidekick came to the house, told Lady Mae, oh, she won't be head of the thing. He will be head of the house, head of the church. I said, well, how that happened? I said, oh, okay. So Bob's going Phil Sidekick will be the head of the church. Bob was to call Lady Mae to tell him that she not gonna be it. And then Chabby came down there flaunting the lane to Lady Mae and all that stuff. And he came upstairs. He told her, oh, I'm not gonna marry you. It won't be no wedding. I'm not marrying you. I'm marrying Judy. I said, oh, you gave me your cookie box for what? For him to drop you down? I told his ambition was stronger than that. That's the reason why his ambition was stronger than Snitch, because he wanted that head of H so fast, and the fact that Bob knew that he was behind Grace thing, so he had to figure out how to get out of it. So Bob's Phil could be the head of the church, and he got to marry his daughter Judy to get it, and he had to let Snitch go. So Snitch got broken down crying. I said, oh, that's you. See, they told you, but you didn't want to do that. You didn't want to do that. All this could have been avoided if you listen to your family and not went against your own sister. But it is what it is. But that was Greenleaf, y'all. That was a mid-season finale or finale of season 4. Hope y'all enjoyed this review. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me how y'all feel about this season. Tell me how y'all thoughts. Tell me about your thoughts about this boy. Tell me your thoughts about any other characters of the show. It was a really good season. So hopefully, when it returns again, we get more answers, because a lot of them left us unanswered. But we'll see how that goes. All right. Please like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. Share my videos as well. And talk to y'all later. Peace.